Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Flow Coach Johnny here with today's Flow Zone lesson. Today is going to be kind of a general day. We'll do a little bit of everything today. That means some stretching, some strengthening, some breath work, some balancing, just to get our overall flow personality configured, right? So there's a flow personality that we're trying to build. And a flow personality is a personality that is able to overcome all challenges with response, measured response, as opposed to reactivity. So they're just going off the handle and acting on autopilot and just saying or doing anything crazy. You're able to create that space in between these moments that we're challenged and respond in a more appropriate manner. Okay. So, and you're also able to accomplish what you thought maybe was impossible. Nothing is impossible, especially when you're in the flow, because time takes on a distorted property and time doesn't really exist when we're in the flow. We're able to accomplish great things and tap into our creative wonder. We can do anything when we're in the flow because there is no inner critic. There is no sense that you're not part of a larger whole. So we're going to start out with our intention. This is part of beginning to plant the seeds, the affirmations, the intention to the flow. You want to state to the universe that you are going to be in the flow and a part of the flow. You see what it says right here? It says to be an overachiever, you have to be an over believer. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think about something all day, every day, you're going to become that thing that you think about. So if you're thinking positive, constructive, um, world-changing, life-changing things during the day, you're going to be that. You're going to be a life-changing force in the universe. And you're going to live to your full potential. So with that, we're going to begin with our intention to the flow. And what you're going to do is just follow me. You're just going to follow the example on the screen. Max Flow is the guy who narrates these exercises for us, and Max Flow is going to begin to tap in. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower our breathing now to 4 breaths per minute so that we can enter what's called a transient hypofrontality, a state of transient hypofrontality. That means that your prefrontal cortex will essentially disconnect from the rest, and you'll go into this zone, this flow zone, where you become one with the activity, deep immersion with the activity that you're participating in. So let us begin by stating our intention and going into the flow.
Intention to the flow. I am focusing my energy and intention to experience as much flow as possible.
And breathe in.
I flow.
And then you're going to hold for 4 seconds. And then you're going to breathe out for 8. And you breathe out using what's called a pursed lip breathing technique. Breathe in.
I flow like a river.
Hold. And then slowly breathe out for a count of 8.
I am flowing. I flow like a summer breeze. Always flowing.
The reason the breath control is so important is so that you're telling the body that you want to be in a parasympathetic
I flow like an
state of
ocean
awareness,
wave.
as opposed to sympathetic. Now, in parasympathetic mode, We are resting and digesting, eating
I
and
flow
breathing.
freely.
We are not stressed. We are not in a fight or flight or hide state of mind.
Just flowing.
We're just flowing.
I flow with the flow.
It's important that we do these exercises every day, morning,
Flow runs through
afternoon,
me.
and evening, so that we build a strong cognitive framework that we can tap into anytime to get back to a state of flow. So neurons that fire together, wire together. That means that we are now setting the stage for a group of neurons to begin to form these intentions, these mindsets, as we go into our 7 mindsets now. Now, your 7 mindsets
Breathe slow and breathe
are the foundation of your flow personality. And your 7 mindsets are the intention,
I go with the flow.
the observer,
I am the unattached observer. We
transpersonal,
all breathe the same air. I value every
gratitude.
experience. I am progressing.
the growth mindset,
I am
the awe
alive.
mindset,
What I
creator,
think, I become.
what I think I become.
I let go and just
Playful
play.
mindset, and unity.
Unity starts with me. I go with the flow. I am the unattached observer. We all breathe the same air. I value every experience. I am progressing. I am alive. What I think, I become. I let go and just play. Unity starts with me.
Unity starts with us all. We all begin to think as one solidly cohesive consciousness. Life would be so much better for all of us flow riders. All right, now we're going to move into our flow recall trigger. Now, the flow recall trigger is just a word, and that word is Tukey, and it's spelled T-U-K-I, and what it is a way to get back
Flow
to the flow
recall
state.
trigger.
So at any point today, tomorrow, If you're stressed, if you're challenged, all you have to do is remember to say Tukey. Just say Tukey.
Tukey.
And visualize yourself being back in the flow, safe, grounded, aware of the tendency to be reactive. You don't want to be reactive. We want to be responsive. And we do that by being aware of our breath. So next we're going to do some dolphin breathing. So dolphin breaths teach us to slow our breathing down when challenged. So what happens is we're going to hold our breath for 30 seconds, then 35, and then 40. There's a 30-second pause in between so that we breathe normal. So this trains your mind, conditions your mind to notice when your breathing has begun to increase. And there'll be this technique that you employ to slow it down. Now take a nice slow inhale and hold.
Nirvana.
Using the first breathing technique, slowly exhale. And then resume normal, relaxed breathing. 30 seconds. Now, what I find is good practice is to recite the 7 mindsets to yourself silently as you're holding. It helps that time go by. All right, so now take another slow inhale. We're going to hold for 35 seconds this time. Slow exhale, and then just breathe. And again, this shouldn't feel like you're holding your breath for a very long time if you're engaged in reciting the mindsets to yourself, or just the intention to be in the flow, the intention to flow like a river, intention to flow like a summer breeze. Now, breathe in slow and hold.
Nirvana.
Slow exhale. Just breathe. The reason this is important, Flow Riders, is because you're increasing the level of CO2. And that's telling the brain, hey, everything's okay. You can disconnect this frontal lobe and just get into a flow state. All right. Now we're going to move into our Nirvana warm-up sequence. So we can warm our bodies up.
Nirvana
And
warm
then
up
we'll do
session.
some stretching, some
Let's
balancing,
go.
and some
4, 3,
strengthening.
2, bounce.
Right. Bounce now.
Add arms.
Remember now, don't exceed any limit that your body
Swing.
puts on you. If your body says something is painful, you want to move away from it.
Low sprinter.
Gently move away. Sprinting low.
High sprinter.
Taking it up now. Stretch the arms. Rotate the body.
Shake hands.
Stretching. All right, shake your hands. Okay, good job, you guys.
Shake shoulders.
Taking all the tension out. Rotating back, rotating front.
Shake right leg.
We begin to balance a little by shaking the right leg. Letting that tension flow through the body and out.
Shake left leg.
Shake the left leg. Great job for
Front
riders.
bend shake.
Relax the hip, neck, shoulders. Shake the arms.
Add legs.
Nice, shake the legs. Great job for riders.
Full body shake.
Here we go. Whole body.
Nirvana. Open up. Inhale.
Nice deep breath.
Exhale.
And exhale.
Inhale.
Inhale
Exhale.
and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale.
Step back. Inhale.
Back. Lunge.
Exhale.
Exhale.
Inhale. Exhale.
Reach. Stretch. Exhale. Reach in. Pull the core in.
Arch back. Inhale.
Back down.
Exhale.
Stretch the back to the side.
Inhale. Exhale.
And exhale. Good job, riders.
Rotate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend side. Inhale.
Stretch the whole body.
Exhale.
Exhale.
Inhale.
Inhale.
Exhale.
Reach. And exhale. Stretch over. Reach.
Nirvana.
Good
Inhale. Exhale.
job.
Inhale.
Okay.
Exhale.
All right, guys. Nice and loosened and warmed up. Now we're going to move into our trigger session. So today, let's do our, let's see, trigger session. Here we go. So today's set is going to include the healing snake, the drawbridge, and the needle spin. Now what will happen is the breathing pattern changes. So we'll go from a 4-4, which is breathe in for 4, breathe out for 4, a 4-8, breathing in 4, out for 8, and then a 4-12, breathing in 4, and then an out for 12 count, using the pursed-lipped breathing technique to control the breath.
Nirvana.
All right, we're going to connect with the breath now. So slow inhale in the arms and exhale to heart center. Inhale, opening to the flow. Exhale.
Healing snake.
All right, Flow Riders, here we go. Healing snake.
Nirvana. Commence Nirvana sequence.
This is a 4-4. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Breathe in,
3, 4.
breathe out.
1, 4, 2, 3. Here we go. 3, 4. That's 2, 3, 4. Snake. 4, 3, 4. Very good, Flow Riders.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I'm gonna shine this light. I'm really gonna shine this light of mine.
Nirvana. Inhale. Exhale.
Great job, Flow Riders. Now the next exercise is going to be a 4-8. You're going to breathe in for 4. You're on an 8. Exhale on an 8 count. Connect with breath. All right, come on down to your mat. Your floor.
Draw
Towards the
bridge.
ceiling. Palms flat on the floor.
Commence Nirvana sequence. Breathe in, breathe out.
All right. Come to rest. Listen to the sounds of the waves crashing on the shore. All right. Great job, Flow Riders. The next exercise is going to be a 4-12. So we come to the tabletop.
Needle spin.
We do a
Nirvana.
Slowly extending the left hand and the right leg. Now we come up and then we needle spin. Now, of course, we're doing the opposite side. Right arm extended. Left leg. Just alternate like that.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Nirvana.
All right. Great job, Flow Riders. Whew. Now, as you just relax there and listen to the waves crashing onto the shore, we're going to prepare for our final flow recall trigger. And that's the last Tukey of the day, right? Because Tukey is our signal to the brain that, hey, these all belong together. This bundle of neurons has this word tied to it.
Flow recall trigger.
So we're going to recall this trigger set just by saying Tukey. So just say Tukey, Flow Riders. Tukey. 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 Sometimes I have to say Tukey 2, maybe 3 times, just to make sure I can tap back into this cognitive structure that I just built. All right, guys, you did a great job today. All right. And let's see, here we go. Good. So today we did a little bit of everything. And you got to remember that the message is that if you want to achieve, you have to believe. And if you want to overachieve, you have to over believe. You have to have the confidence. There can be no uncertainty There can be no doubt in what you're trying to accomplish. Now, let's talk about manifestation today very briefly. And so prima materia, or the soul slash source, inherently exists as light with the ability to think and reflect upon itself, which brings infinite possibilities. The early stage of this manifestation process is shown through the Vesica Piscis. And so here I'm going to show you what the Vesica Piscis is. So as you can see there, there's an overlap. So the first circle represents the self, right? The second circle represents the reflection of the self. And the shared area in between is the infinite potential of creation. Now, these circles are part of this greater seed of life, or this is actually a representation of the flower of life, which is what happens. This is the bundle of cells that is actually created when you are an embryo. When we are dividing in our parents' womb, we are this bundle of cells that multiplies, multiplies, and multiplies until it reaches this ball of 16 cells. And there's the overlap right there. There's the overlap between the cells. This is the Vesica Piscis. And you can see that it is duplicated many times all over where these circles overlap. And there's the Vesica right there. And if you notice here, look in the middle, it's like an eye. There's like an eye looking back out on creation. So here's the Vesica. There's the fish. And Vesica means eye, and Pisces means fish. And look, there's that symbol that we see that represents the Vesica Piscis. Looks just like a fish, doesn't it? The metamorphic process is shown through the seed of life symbol. So there's the seed of life. Actually, this is the flower. The seed is much smaller. And it's comprised of 7 interlocking circles. That's the smaller seed, whereas the flower is 16. Seeing a thought come to fruition each day is a simple way to express your soul's divine creational aspect. You are the dreamer and creator of all that is. And it's represented through this Vesica Piscis. This is how we manifest our reality. So, I'm going to leave you with a message of peace today. The key to happiness is to understand that what you feel inside is not determined by what is happening outside. Choose an inner life that is joyous, peaceful, and contented, even when you are in difficult circumstances. And when you are in difficult circumstances, remember, all you have to do is be aware that you're breathing faster than 10 breaths per minute. Slow your breathing down. You will slow your take on reality down. You will then begin to recall the cognitive structure that we call the flow personality, and things will be okay. They will. Remember to go forth today in peace, in love, in joy, in happiness, gratitude, practicing some patience along the way, remembering to smile, share that beautiful smile that you have. Happiness is a choice. Choose happiness. You can either choose to live in hell or you can choose to live in heaven. I don't know about you, but I would choose heaven over hell any day. Remember, we love you. And namaste. Thank you for tuning in today, Flow Riders. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.